Polymorphism sounds like a dinosaur, but it's actually one of the coolest concepts in programming. Let me make it click. Polymorphism literally means many forms, and it's when the same action produces different results depending on what object you're using. Sounds confusing? Watch this. Imagine you have a remote control with a play button. Press it on a TV, it plays a show. Press it on a speaker, it plays music. Press it on a game console, it starts a game. Same button, different behaviors. That's polymorphism. In programming, you can have multiple classes that all respond to the same method name, but each does something unique. You have a speak method, call it on a dog object, it barks. Call it on a cat object, it meows. Call it on a cow object, it moos. One method name, many forms. Here's why this is genius. You can write code that works with an object that has that method without knowing the specific type. You don't care if it's a dog, cat or cow. You just call speak and each animal does its thing. This makes your code flexible and scalable. There are TWO types of polymorphism. First, compile-time polymorphism, also called method overloading. This is when you have multiple methods with the same name but different parameters, like an add function, add 2, 3 adds 2 numbers, add 2, 3, 4 adds 3 numbers. Same name, different signatures. Second, runtime polymorphism, also called method overriding. This is when a child class changes the behavior of a parent class method. You have a shaped parent class with a draw method. Circle, square, and triangle all inherit from shape, but each overrides the draw method to draw themselves differently. Real example. Think about payment systems. You have a process payment method. Whether the user pays with a credit card, PayPal, or cryptocurrency, you call the same method, but each payment type handles it differently behind the scenes. One interface, multiple implementations. For video games, you have an attack method. A sword attacks by slashing, a bow attacks by shooting arrows, magic attacks with spells. The game code just calls attack on whatever weapon is equipped. It doesn't need to know the details. That's polymorphic design. Here's the beauty. Polymorphism makes your code extensible. Want to add a new payment method or weapon type? Just create a new class that implements the same method. You don't have to change your existing code. It already works with the interface. The power rule. Code to an interface, not an implementation. This means write code that depends on the method name, not the specific object type. That's how you leverage polymorphism to write flexible, maintainable code. Why the chameleon emoji? Because a chameleon changes its form to adapt to different environments, just like polymorphism lets objects take many forms. Plus, it's the perfect metaphor. Interview tip: if someone asks about polymorphism, give them the speak animal example, explain overloading versus overriding, and mention how it supports the open-closed principle, open for extension, closed for modification. You'll sound like a pro. Want to see polymorphism code in multiple languages? Comment poly below. Follow for more OOP concepts explained with examples that stick.